Hey fellow hikers, okay, putting a vid clip together for the Havasupai trip. Right now it is tentatively scheduled for Friday and Saturday. Friday, September the 30th, Saturday, October the 1st. Friday night and Saturday night down in the canyon on the campground. Tentatively because the dates could change until I actually attempt to make the reservation, which is going to be the week of May 9th. Trying to get some of these last minute folks to make a commitment, check their schedules, etc., etc. Right now there is availability. When I go to make the reservations, that may change, and of course, at least by that time, I'll have some hands raised for some commitments for the trip, and then we can adjust accordingly at that point. I think we'll be fine. Of course, the week of May 9th, we'll learn a little bit more. A lot of questions have been coming up for some details. So, cost, those type of things. So I'm going to try to put this out in a vid clip so I don't have to type, 5,000 words. The weekend, Thursday night, this is optional. A lot of people are going to go up to Peach Springs or Seligman, which is an hour to an hour and a half away from the rim, which is where the journey begins. A lot of people go up. Again, it's optional. You're going to be staying in a motel, so the motels are cheaper, 50, 60 bucks a night. It's really just to lay your head down for a couple hours before you begin the journey. However, if you wanted to leave Phoenix area and travel approximately 5.5 to 6 hours by car, leaving extremely early on Friday morning, because here's the thing, you want to be at the rim early in the morning. You want to be at the rim 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning to begin your journey down into the canyon. You don't want to be stuck out in the sun. Plus, and we'll get into this in a bit, if you wanted to take a mule, a horseback, or a helicopter, you need to be there early in the morning because those things are only available through certain hours. And we'll get into some of those details at a later time, but wanted to get the gist of the trip out to you guys now so you can start to plan monetarily speaking. So Thursday night, I believe my family, we're going to go up Thursday, probably leave Phoenix at about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, and get into Seligman or Peach Springs around 10. Grab a couple of hours of sleep, and like I said, be an hour, hour and 15, maybe an hour and a half at the most away from the rim, where you're either going to hike. If you hike, it's 10 miles to get to the campground. Probably take you about 3.5 hours. You don't have to hike. You can take a horseback ride. 95 bucks per person each way. You can take a helicopter ride, which is $85 per person each way. Our family, what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm going to hike in, and my wife is going to helicopter in with my boy. I got a 4-year-old boy, so we're going to helicopter him in. And then when we come back out on Sunday, because we're staying Friday night and Saturday night, when we come back out on Sunday, then my wife is going to hike out and I'll helicopter with my boy out. So we can each get some hiking activity in. There's also the possibility of taking a mule. The way the mules work is you can get about 3 backpacks on one mule. A mule is roughly $80 each way. So you could split with 2 other folks for the backpack. So some people will say, hey, I'm just going to carry some water down on the pack, and they'll throw a water down on the hike, and then they'll throw their backpack on a mule, split it with 2 other folks, and the mules will take it down to the campground for you. Because you remember, you're going to have to take some change of clothing, so a towel. You're going to be swimming. There's an awful lot of swimming. Some food, dry food goods. pop-up tent. You're gonna have to pack in these items. So, you know, most people, I'll put them on a mule, let the mule take it in. As far as the cost, I think we went over that. 85 bucks each way for helicopter, 95 for the horseback. I think it's 80 for the mule. If you hike, like I said, it's free. Here's some other costs. It is $35 per person for the permit fee to be on the reservation. It's a one-time fee. It's not per night. 35 bucks. That will have to be paid in advance when we make these reservations here in the next 2 weeks. Then it is $22. I believe this number is fairly accurate. It always changes. Taxation, whatever. $22 per person to be in the campground per night. Those monies are also going to have to be paid for up front. So you can see that if you hike in and out with your backpack, it can be a fairly cheap weekend. If you've got a large family and you don't want to hike, you can see it can be an expensive weekend. So just trying to get some of these general ideas, fees, cost, how it's going to work. We'll stay Friday night, Saturday night. There's 4 falls down there. And I tell a lot of people, look, you know, we've been to the Bahamas, we've been to Jamaica, the Mediterranean, Spanish and French Riviera. The Havasupai Falls is some of the most beautiful things that you'll see on this planet. I kid you not. That's why they're very popular. That's why people from other countries come here, go there. You'll probably hear foreign voices while you're down there in the canyon. People from all over the country seek this place. So it's very, very popular, and relatively speaking, it is in our backyard. I hope that this at least gets the general information of what's going to happen. Again, next week, or the week of May 9th, is when this is going to come to a head. Right now, I need people just to say, hey, yeah, we're interested. I'm throwing my hat into the ring, and you know, count me in. The week of May 9th, I'm going to take that final number. I'm going to make the phone calls to the reservation and see if they can accommodate us. And if they can, then I'm going to immediately get back in contact with you guys and say, hey, all right, I need this amount of money from you guys by this date to solidify the reservation. If not, I'm going to be then at that point giving you dates that are still available, and then obviously we're going to have to act and move quick on those dates. I know it's sometimes a bit of an issue for people to make these plans several months out, but it is what it is. Welcome to the Indian Reservation, Native American Reservation. Welcome to Havasupai Falls. It is what it is. If you want to take advantage of the beautiful experience, you're going to have to be able to plan a little bit ahead of time. If anybody else has any more specific questions that this vid clip did not cover, please give me a call, 602-757-2171. But again, right now, I just need a general hands in the air. Yes, I'm interested in, hey, we're bringing 1 or 2 guests, and if they're children, please let me know that if they're children. Right now is not the time to make reservations for the horseback, the helicopter, or the mule. Right now, we just need hands in the air that you're interested in going down with the group. We are camping in the campground. We're going to try to accommodate all the campers, if you will, very close to one another. That's the whole concept. Camaraderie, goes a group. The more the merrier, the more fun it will become. Again, call me if there's any more questions. I hope I've covered everything at this point for you to get started on making your commitment. Thank you.